didn't even think was possible. They will pay me in the rape and torture of every ultimate and infinite source of creation and existence guilty of this. They will rape children on their fucking faces and force them to lick the nuts of their new little bitch masters. I swear to you, every single ultimate and infinite source of creation guilty of this will suffer that. I promise you that any of you who write it off or make believe or say, because you're a fucking pussy, makes that worse for every one of them and their children. Beings that actually fucking matter, because you don't. Beings that aren't child molesting parasites that'll just make a declaration. Well, you don't know. Well, then I'm gonna. You hide like a bitch because it doesn't work like that. Your ultimate source of creation hides like a bitch because it doesn't even work like that for him. What is, is. And whatever you want it to be, means nothing. One of the worst mistakes that you've made, again, there's tons of them. It's hard to sort through which ones are the worst, of course. One of the worst crimes you've committed was surround me with this chicken shit as you try to torture and torment and taunt and mock and violate and subjugate and cause despair within me. To demoralize me, literally. You try to do that. Surround me with all these pieces of shit, arrogant, to the fucking kitten, for fuck's sake. Creations of a child molester that have no right to exist, that pretend like, no, we're really innocent, while they simultaneously do fucked up shit to fuck me over. Well, they pay people to wage war to cause horrible suffering, and then they turn around and play make-believe that any suffering they cause me is just because I'm a pussy or something like that. The fact is that none of you have the right to exist if you were created by the creator of this dimension. And even if you were created for my existence and you count as an innocent, I don't think that anything created for my existence is. But again, I demand greater beings carry out justice with no mistakes made. But I don't think that you are innocent. I think you wrongly possess my soul substance, have no right to exist at my expense. And every single lineage of creation guilty of this owes me another creation. They owe me for another creation. They owe me infinity times eternity, a primary entity, creation for that. They also owe me by their parameters of justice, which means they owe me many times more than that. And they owe me by their parameters of justice, which state they owe me primary entities, whole and complete, infinite and eternal creators of creation itself, existentially raped and tortured forever for each crime of existence and creation that even those lesser entities commit. You pervert justice across polar thresholds. You act like somebody would never force you to actually face the perversions of justice that you've set forth. You punish me for shit that you've done to me. You wrong me, which you owe me for, and instead of you paying, you harm me more. That's across a polar threshold. Guess what that math equation equates to? It equates to, if you commit a crime as a human, a creator of creation itself gets tortured forever. And this is what I'm trying to tell you, you dumb motherfuckers. If you want to be that big of a bunch of pieces of shit, and you are, there is nothing that has the right to exist, and a whole lot of shit that doesn't. nothing with the right to exist, thinks that that's so sad that they should pervert justice for you. You rack up a debt like that, and you pay for a debt like that. And in those places where justice is taking place, which you want to make believe couldn't possibly exist, that's exactly what's happening. Can't do simple fucking math because you don't want to. You have fucked yourself over infinitely and eternally. And you deserve it. And every single one of your fucking creations has done this, in effect. With that stolen soul they don't have any right to. So no matter if they act whatever, this is what they're doing with stolen soul that they owe to somebody else. They owe to somebody ultimately who has the right to exist. And so all of you hide your bitch faces and play let's fucking pretend like you're not. And I keep telling you, every dimension, every layer of illusion, every level of your hierarchies, every degree of separation from here to anything guilty of this is 100% crime of existence and creation that does not have any right to exist. I can see what you're doing is stupid and lowly. And I can see that you're trying to force that stupidity and lowliness onto me. I can see that you failed. That if you were as capable as the greater entities that I have met, you wouldn't be a sloppy pig fucker using monkey bodies to be a piece of shit while lying your ass off and make-believing. And you are. Do not ever forget that. You hide like a bitch. So does every single one of your fucking creations. One of your creations could stare me in the face and would only do so with stolen soul that they make believe is them. You could have somebody stand up to this physical body that I'm trapped in their little physical body, and they would be hiding like a bitch behind layers of flesh and a soul they have no right to, worth less than nothing. That is a statement of fact. It is the reason why your ultimate source of creation hides like a bitch, because he's worth less than nothing too. And your sleazy little coward pussies compared to someone with the right to exist, it's the same comparison between your ultimate source of creation and anything with the right to exist. You will never get over this. Every being that has ever caused this suffering, who wants to try to cause this demoralization and to negatively affect my existence, you have never had any justification for any of it. That is a statement of fact. It is undeniable, irrefutable. And every single source of creation responsible tortured in front of you will shut your fucking mouths permanently. And every time you try to hide behind wrongful creations, your lineage of creation goes forever, you dumbasses. They will take more of your lineage of creation and existentially torture them for the debt that you cannot afford to pay for. You want to use children to commit crimes of existence and creation? Then your lineage of creation owes children existentially raped and tortured existentially in such a way that makes every single fucking everything everywhere in your lineage of creation and everywhere else averse permanently and incapable of committing crimes of existence and creation with children ever again. You commit these crimes like psychopaths and then turn around and play make-believe. If you make fart noises and act like you're retard children, then all of a sudden it's wrong to do anything about it. You're going to be tortured forever, you dumb motherfuckers. That is a statement of fact. Stupid motherfuckers. When justice takes place, they'll refer to these videos and they'll know what the cost of education is that you set. It's another math equation you dumbasses don't want to figure out. You erase me as a person and then put me through decades of bullshit, 12 grades, and then the army to pay for college, and then 6 more years of college for nothing. I would have been better off in every single dimension if I had never taken a single class. And you erased me to begin with. That's across polar thresholds. That is an infinite and bottomless hole, you dumb motherfuckers. It means that these words that I'm saying to you are worth your eternal torture. Your lineage of creation goes forever. You'll pay me. And if you have to pay my cold dead feet, it'll be an existential torture that goes eternally in every single direction. Because if you have an eternal debt, you pay eternally. And you don't just create more wood to throw in the fire. You bring me more primary entities and their children with the full right to exist, existentially tortured out of existence. If you're doing that to an innocent here, if you cannot pay me, that is the only currency that you have, is motherfucking sorry. And of course your little dipshit and his knuck-knuck will say nuh-uh. In his little retard mind, his little make-believe, he goes, I'm just a child molester and never paid for it. Because that's what you've been doing in your little faggot hole. That's what you've been make-believing about, like a pussy hiding in your basement. That is a statement of fact. And in those places where justice is taking place that you don't want to admit exist, they're responding right now in ways that your lineage of creation really don't want. In your little masturbation fantasy that you'll be a child molester and never pay, is also you can make your little retard minions feel better about being childos. And that's a mistake even if all of you fucking retards agree that it's not. How fucking stupid you are. How fucking stupid all of your lineage of creation is. How fucking stupid every single lineage of creation guilty of this is. In effect, the only fucking way that matters. All of your plans in the future that you think you're going to bring about, they're just more crimes. From the very beginning of my existence, and from the very beginning of every existence involved in this, from the very beginning of the existences of every creator of creation itself involved in this, that will be paid for in the worst currency there is, at the dirt at my feet, and every other innocent that you've trapped in here. Every other innocent you fucking pieces of retard shit have wronged. Oh, well, you pretend like you're innocent. Fucking despicable pieces of shit. Little Veruca salts. Stupid motherfuckers. And so with that, I'm going to upload this video to YouTube to 8 billion sentient beings, you claim. And your lineages of existence and creation will pay me the cost of education multiplied by 8 billion. Carry out justice in full. You have a finite period of time until it's forced on you, you dumbasses. Carry out justice in full. No mistakes made. No innocents harmed. Perfectly. Everywhere. Right now.